G'day, today we're taking a look at the Kalleske Greenock Shiraz 2005. Now the reason why I'm being sort of more than usually sort of serious about this one is that Robert Parker went and gave it a 94 to 96, and then J Miller, writing for Parker Incorporated, then re-rated it to 93. Now there's no doubting that if you were to take a look at the two guys and the way they approach wine, Miller definitely has a palate that's a little different from Parker's. Miller seemed, in those couple of years that he was writing for the Australian sector of E. Robert Parker, seemed to look for something that was slightly more elevated, slightly more formed. He was a little bit less keen on the alcohol and the levels of fruit extraction. So he was looking for something that was probably a little bit more resolved, I guess, as a style. So also I think that those heady days of the massive Parker ratings, Miller was definitely clamping down. I haven't run the numbers, but I'm very sure that the number of wines that got 96 from Miller were far less than the number of wines that got 96 from Parker. Be that good or bad doesn't really matter, because it's what's going on in the glass, which is what we're going to do right now. So, starting to show browning. I think I might have seen this maybe a year ago, possibly a little bit more recently, because we had a whole lot of 04 which we were looking at, and I looked at it quite carefully as it was aging to see how it was actually going. A little cloudy, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Squid ink, really fresh squid ink. Deep, rich black and blueberries. Coffee. Those berries have got a juicy succulence to it, which is really cool, considering this is 9 years old. This ain't a baby no more. Yeah, and this the bottle was opened about an hour ago. I'm working it like crazy in the glass, and it's definitely evolving, but that primary freshness is still, no doubt, still there. The other thing to note is I'm not getting any major waves of alcohol or heat on the nose, despite the fact that this label tells me it's 15.5%. I'm not getting any of that on the nose. Today's a split day, which I've managed to do not only into the bucket but on myself, not unusual. Licorice, like a salty licorice maybe. That freshness goes all the way through. I'm going to go back and look again just to make sure about the length of it. Nice powdery white tannin, white pepper component, coats the roof of the mouth, so it's round and full, and that's the maturation really evolving now, that those tannins are evolving, maturing, and getting to a point where this wine is full and rich and balanced and quite a good drink. The thing I was worried about was alcohol was not coming through. I might get a little bit of a wave at the back, but it's a solid wine. It's got some years in it still. I'd say at least a year or two, but it's good to go now. It's at the height of its maturation curve. There's really no point in looking at it. It's time to drink it. Cheers.